Did you know that all across the country there are hidden gems of markets? I'm talking about tiny little markets that you would have never even thought existed or that even people live in, and yet they are so hot. It is amazing. I'm talking about on fire, caliente. So I'm going to share with you a video where not only do I discover two of these markets, hidden gem markets, but also my methodology for figuring out when a real estate market is hot or not. And that way you can dig in, do some deals, and of course, do this virtually. A lot of times when we're running ads across several states, we all come across markets that we didn't even know existed, but yet are extremely viable. So I'm going to give you an example of a market in Enid, Oklahoma. When we first saw this market and the lead came in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here. If we zoom out, Enid, Oklahoma, you can see Oklahoma City is here, but you know, obviously these are major metro areas, so that's, you see a lot of activity, a lot of active properties. And at first, the appearance is that, oh, wow, this is such a small town. This must be a crap lead. But if we zero in on this market, you can quickly see that there's quite a bit of activity. And now this property was under a couple $100,000. And so if we take and bracket those price points to say anything under 200, because that's our target of this particular property, let's say we go up to 250, all right? Because again, if we're looking at our deal and trying to get an analysis of the market, and the market has a variety of different price points, then we want to try to stick with whatever the price point is that our subject property is. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the home types and just put houses. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and we see that right now there's 72 active properties for sale. 72 active properties for sale. When I click on pending, you can see that now there's 140 properties that are total inventory. Right, this is the total inventory is 140, but only 72 are active, which means that means that, you know, that means, think about it, 50% of the inventory is pending, which is a very, very large number. So out of 150 active listings, half of them, 72 are pending. If we look at another one here, let me see. Now this isn't such a small market. But a lot of times, maybe you may not think of this as a market, but this is another example. This is not a small market, but it's a good example of, again, understanding that market dynamics. So then if we look at this market here and we do the same type of analysis and we click on here, you can see 463 and pending is, total inventory is 463. And then the available is 175. So a significant number of homes are selling in this market. So this is a pretty hot market. Now, the other thing that you can do with this sort of analysis is, so let's say you're coming in here, you don't understand the dynamics of the market. But if you say, and you take, okay, let me go down and see what's available below 100,000. What do you see? You see that on there's a pocket here toward the left and right, where these lower price homes are. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why they don't show the price up here. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, that's an interesting thing that they don't show the pricing here. Let me go and zoom in. I wonder why that is. I'm not familiar with this market, so maybe you might have a comment about why that is, that it's showing up like that. That's odd. The pricing are not showing up. But now if we take and we go, hey, I want to see what's available from 200,000 to 500,000. Does that change? You notice now there's no properties available for sale in the left and right, but there are properties available in this area. So it shows you the market dynamics, right? In terms of, okay, lower end properties are here on the south side. Higher end properties are around this area here. And if we further take and we say, well, and we go up to 500, say 450 minimum, and we go up to 1 million as an example, and then we scroll out, then we can also see, oh, the really expensive houses are in these areas, these outside areas, right? And again, if we go back to Enid, Oklahoma, And we can see the same thing, right? We can see that, let's see, anything above, let's say if we go 2.5 million. So those properties are there. Now this market doesn't have that many properties in the high price point. So the high price point for this market is around the 400s. But if we take and we say, hey, let's bracket this and say from 0 to 50,000 or 100,000, we can see now that a lot of those properties are located in this quadrant. So now this is a lower end market. So therefore, there's a higher number of these type of properties. But by doing this analysis and flipping back and forth on pricing, you can get an idea of the geography of the market and what is what areas are high end, what areas are the low end areas, and to get a general idea of where your property is relative to those areas. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in learning more, check out one of these videos here that shows you how to advertise online. And that way you can get leads just like this and do deals all over the country.